Now what I want to do is I want to talk about pricing a little bit here. All right. So I'm looking at two different places. I'm looking at BMW of Roxbury. This is in New Jersey. BMW of Newton. And then I popped up one in PA. Okay. So if we look now, again, it's going to be all based on trim, right? You got an M4 comp convertible that's sitting at 100,000. And then you got an M4 comp sitting at 87,000. So again, all based on trim, right? So if we look at, let's say, the lowest trim, we're looking at 87,000, right? M4 comp, but again, not a convertible, all that jazz, all right? And maybe you might not want that. Also all based on, again, coloring, trim, etc. Okay. So lowest one, we're looking at 87,000, give or take. Okay. Now, if we look at, I don't think, oh, maybe they do. Let's see. M2, this is BMW of Newton. Okay. M2 lowest trim sitting at 66,000. All right. Now, if we go up to a higher trim, it's probably the carbon fiber. Let's see. Yes. So as you can see, this has the carbon fiber inside, whereas this trim, I don't know if there's any pictures here. Yeah, there's one. Oh, this one has the carbon fiber as well. Okay, it might be a little bit less because it's stick. Right, as of right now, and at least the past couple of years, manual cars have been, a little bit less from a price perspective. So yeah, so this is just gloss black inside. All right. Now this is the trim that I have. I have the M2 without the carbon fiber because I'm not really a carbon fiber guy, to be honest. It's a very, very subtle price difference. So I prefer just standard black. Okay. And mine is manual as well. So mine is 6-speed. So we're looking at 67,000, give or take, versus 87,000. All right. So we're talking a, $10,000 price difference. And it's obviously going to, make a nice impact there. You're probably looking at $1,500 a month versus $1,100 a month if you put, let's say, $6,000 down or $6,500 down. I'm spitballing numbers here. So you're maybe looking at a $400 price difference per month, right? Now you can look at it in one of two ways. That's a big difference. That could also be what you're spending on Uber Eats and Starbucks every week. I'm just saying, it could be, all right? So when we're looking at the trims, again, rather when we're looking at the differences, that could be something that you could take into consideration here, okay? Now, in PA, this is interesting. Again, could be based on trim, but 92,000, and this is M4 comp convertible, almost 1,000 miles on it, so that could be why as well. But if we look at M4 comp convertible, could be different trim, could be different in, I don't know if it's different interior. Yeah, no, it shouldn't be anything really different based on the interior. I think this one is like right off the truck. It probably doesn't have any miles on it, or maybe a few, driving it in and out of the shop. So that's probably why, right? But point being is, look around a little bit. You may have some price differences based on state, and typically buying a car in another state, like, it's not a huge pain in the butt. Especially, like I'm in New Jersey, for example, so just going right over the border in PA, it wouldn't be that big of a deal, right? And then we have the M2 here, right? So, and this is interesting, 2024 M2. I don't know if this has the smoke package or not. It kind of looks like it does. Could also be coloring. Now this is the same interior that I have. This was the comfiest interior. I didn't want the racing seats because, my back. So this actually has the carbon fiber interior. So this one is a little bit more pricey than, for example, if we go back to the one in Newton here. So the most expensive one in Newton, this is the same trim. just different color interior. And actually it has the M seats and carbon fiber. So I don't actually see a huge, and this is automatic as well. So interestingly enough, you know, we're looking at 67, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, $5,000 price difference there, right? So again, it's all going to depend on the car. It's all going to depend on the trim. It's all going to depend on the make, but that should give you a roundabout idea, right? So you're looking at roughly a $10,000 price difference between the two. All right. So if we take a look at the auto calculator, and again, this is not hard numbers, right? This is very, very rough estimate, because it all depends on registration, other fees, etc., right? The down payment, all that jazz. Interest rate is a huge one, obviously. So if you have poor credit versus if you have good credit, it's going to be a huge difference here. All right. So if we just pop this up, let's say 6.69. All right, let's go to 72 months. And again, this isn't out the door price. So take this with a grain of salt here. This is going to be different. Pop this in here. New Jersey, let's calculate. So 1,500, right? Again, that's not out the door. So we're looking at 1,500 versus, let's take this M2 here at 69. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Let's not do this one. Let's do the cheaper one. Apologies. So 87, right? Because we're talking a $10,000 price difference. Let's pop that in. All right, 1,300. So let's say 1,300 versus. So yeah, you roughly, again, figure you're saving 300 to 400 a month, right? So that's going to ultimately come out to, you know, or rather be up to you. All right, and this video wraps up the second video. We took a look at the inventory. We took a look at inventory in different states, New Jersey and PA. Took a look at some differences between price points based on, you know, if you're getting a convertible or if you're, you know, getting standard hardtop. And then we took a look at the auto loan calculator to get an idea on what our monthly would be.